Hello folks, I'm John Gardner with the Gardner Institute in Brevard, North Carolina. We're a nonprofit organization that has the privilege of working with colleges and universities like you, and I'm really honored to be invited to extend some greetings to you at your Foundations of Excellence Transfer Focus launch meeting, or just launch, whatever you're calling this. I didn't know until today I was going to have this opportunity to speak to you by this video technology. If I'd known, I would have tried to wear something more stylish to attempt to achieve the high standards set by your very suave and debonair and stylish president, Bob Ziegler, whom I admire greatly, and I admire his clothing consultant greatly, but I'm just not quite dressed for the occasion. But I want to do this anyway, and just want to say a few words to you about the Foundations of Excellence process, and also about my special history and affinity with your really unique city. And so why don't I start with that? I had a life-transforming experience in San Antonio in the fall of 1966. I was a young guy right out of a graduate school. I'd been drafted, as a matter of fact, in graduate school, and instead of letting the Army take me, I volunteered for the Air Force. And so the Air Force, in its infinite wisdom, sent me to Lackland Air Force Base for officer training. And there they didn't know what to do with me. I was the only guy in a class of about 1,000 that had a graduate degree. And so they gave me really several interesting choices of assignments. And I ended up being made by the Air Force into a psychiatric social worker. And they sent me, in their, again, infinite wisdom, to Sumter, South Carolina, to Shaw Air Force Base, where I was working in a military hospital psychiatric clinic. And first day on the job, my squadron commander calls me and says, "Gardner, we want you to do some community service." And I said, "Yes, sir, what do you mean?" He said, "That means we want you to do some teaching. And there's a community college here that we want you to teach for." And I never thought of teaching anywhere, but lo and behold, that helped me discover my profession. And after getting over my nervousness, I discovered that I love teaching students in a community college, and that got me started in my higher ed career. So thank you, U.S. Air Force, thank you, Lackland Air Force Base, where I got this wonderful assignment. And I've had the opportunity a number of times to come back to San Antonio, most recently this past February, where I visited several of your, I was out on the Palo Alto campus, and I was also at your district office twice. And I have not yet seen your campus. Maybe I will someday. I also visited the St. Philip's campus. And our nonprofit organization has had the privilege of working with Palo Alto in 2010-11, and Northwest Vista in 11-12, and St. Philip's also last year. And now we have the privilege of working for you. And I say working for you and with you. Those prepositions are very important. You're joining us, I'm joining you for the Foundations of Excellence Transfer Focus process, or FOE as we call it. Foundations of Excellence as a process is 9 years old. We were founded in 2003, and this process has been experienced by 231 colleges previously. We have another 15 new colleges this year, and of that 231, 101 are community colleges, 130 are four-year colleges and universities. Some 21 institutions in Texas have gone through this process. So you're joining still a relatively exclusive club. Very basic, simple idea here, folks, or several simple ideas. One is we have to increase our success with transfer sending. That is a very important mission of your college. You are the oldest college in your district. You have the most history to do this. That is successful history to base this on. We will never achieve President Obama's goals for increasing baccalaureate degree attainment rates if we don't increase transfer rates. I happen to believe that transfer students are a discriminated against population. I think it's a form of social justice to achieve greater success for transfer students. I think we are in this country where we were 30 years ago when we just started talking then about the needs to call more attention to new students. And that's what we're really doing now. And it's about furthering social justice for often disadvantaged American students. So this is hugely important to the national interest. It's important to your district interests, and especially to your college. What we're going to do this year, it's again, this is not rocket science. This is about a plan, and it's about your developing a plan that you don't now have to improve the success of your transfer-bound students. And this is a plan that you'll develop. I'm not going to develop it for you. I'm going to work with you. I'm going to coach you. I'm going to attempt to tutor you, mentor, encourage you, and learn from you. But you will develop this plan. You're going to own it. It's going to be your unique plan. And I'm to be your external partner, your critical friend, your advisor. And I'm going to give you 11 rounds of written feedback, lots of verbal feedback, none of which obligates you to anything. I'm not the Southern Association. I can't make you do anything. So anything I say to you is strictly advisory, and I hope it'll be advice that you'll take or find of value to do with as you deem appropriate. So the two big ideas here are: first, you go through our Foundations of Excellence assessment and planning process, you produce the action plan, and then you implement and execute that plan. And the research that's been done on Foundations of Excellence outcomes has determined that for the colleges that are what we call high implementers of our action plans, they achieve really very impressive gains in student retention and success. But you've got to implement the plan. Now, I want to thank 3 of your colleagues who came to our launch meeting in Asheville, North Carolina. Somebody had to do it. They really had a tough time. It was 20 degrees cooler here than in San Antonio. Why they would have left San Antonio in July, I don't know. But Mona Aldana Ramirez came, and Tammy Perez, and David Wood, and they were outstanding representatives for your institution. They've added 3 additional leaders to their team: Johnny Rosenauer, Vanessa Torres, and Susan Espinoza. And I know there are going to be more leaders joining the process, and all of you will be leaders in getting, your individual parts of this work done. And I'm looking forward very much to seeing what you're going to do. And I'm available for any of you at any time. You want to have me read something, you want to talk to me on the phone, you want a Skype message, or you want a video message like this here later in the day, be glad to do it. So feel free to call on me, and I'm very optimistic you're going to be very successful with this project. And again, thank you for the privilege of working with you and for you, and I wish you all the best. Oh, and I need to show you, I have something in common with you. So let me see what you think. This is the real John. This is a recovering former Texas visitor, and truly life-transforming experience. So look forward to seeing your work, and bye for now.